your hands, everybody in the gallery. All two of you, you amazing people. Welcome to episode 3 of Philly Comedy Club presents the RUS GUTIN Experience. Thank you for joining us in this virtual Zoom room comedy talk show experience. We are so excited to have you. Now, tonight, I have 2 excellent guests planned for you. Playing a clip with material from his album Draw 4, we have one of my favorite comics and favorite writers in the business, Mr. KC Aurora, coming to talk to me about his album. And on my favorite segment where I interview comics who've been quarantined with their parents during the pandemic called Say Hi to Your Mom For Me, we got America's Got Talent's Usama Siddiquee. So give it up for tonight's show, episode 3, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the first thing we're going to do before we do my quarantine journal bits of the week is I give you the rules of the road for a Zoom room comedy show. The first thing I need you to do, if you haven't done it already, is go ahead and hit that unmute button. We want to hear your laughs and your guffaws and your sighs and your gasps and all that great stuff. And so we know that we're doing a good job while we're doing our work. But if you're going to have a conversation with your significant other or your dog or your cat or go take a long piss or a giant shit, please go ahead and hit that mute button. And especially if you're going to the bathroom, go ahead and block that screen. I'm sure you have a very lovely bathroom, a guest bathroom with the little seashell soap thingies that are so fucking adorable. I've never used one, but please don't take us to the bathroom and unmute it yourself and mute yourself if you're going to talk, but unmute yourself when it's time to enjoy the show. And of course, tell any children or pets to leave the room unless they're my children, because I don't know if we can really control them like that. I see you, Rocco. Now, the last thing, of course, is to have a good time and don't interrupt the show. In the old world, when someone would interrupt the show, we would have our large African-American or Dominican security guard physically remove you from the space. But tonight, if you interrupt the show, we have our awesome producer, Candy, behind the scenes, who will simply hit a button and eject you into space on one of Elon Musk's rockets. And so
it looks like a tampon, am I right?
Yeah, no, it's exactly like one, which many comics have accused me of needing. So yes, please don't interrupt the show. Have a good time, and we're gonna have a good time with you. Give it up for the rules of the road, ladies and gentlemen. Now it is time for our first segment of every show, which is Papa Russ's quarantine journal bits of the week. What's happened to me in quarantine this week? Now, if you've seen the first 2 episodes, and if you see my gorgeous head, you might notice that I got a pandemic haircut. Oh, yeah.
Oh, controversial.
Oh, G'd up from the feet up. It was so fucking glorious. I only cried 3 times. I was like, sorry, Alfred, we have to stop. It was
I think I see all 3 times that you cried right in your face.
Yeah, no, you can't. It was amazing. And it was like removing one of the dogs from Best of Show from my head. My Jufro was out of control. I look like Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Just watched it. It's on repeat.
Thank you. And so it was amazing. And I felt so glorious and so free. And when I was driving home on the highway, I couldn't just stop like gazing at my beautiful self in the mirror. So I'm not sure if I drove the car home or if the haircut drove the car and I home, because I was just gazing at myself like, on the wings of love,
only the 2 of us together flying high,
on the wings of Russ. I had my fucking head out the window like Ace Ventura or a dog. I just wanted to feel the wind through my knot hair. It was the best, the best, the best. Now, I know what some of you in the gallery are saying. Haircuts are not an essential service, but for me, it was an essential service. Like I said, my Jufro was out of control. And over the last few weeks, I have been interviewing comics over Zoom, and they have given me all of the shit about what they think I look like with my long hair. And I've collected a list of some of the things they said I look like. 1, unemployed magician. 2, 1970s porn star or TV cop. I agree with that one. Number 3, Eddie Munster if he had went to law school. Number 4, Ben Affleck in the movie Argo.
Yes!
Yes. And number 5, at number 5, and this one stung the most, my mother. Okay. And I knew it was accurate too. That's why it stung the most.
Iris isn't here yet. So
yeah,
like,
no, we haven't had to remove her from the room yet, Candy. But I knew it was true, Candy, because several times during quarantine, Rocco has walked up to me and been like, Bubby, I mean, Dada. And I'm like, fuck, shit. I almost ran out into the fucking backyard with the clippers, like, forgive me, Albert. I almost went full metal Bruce Willis in the pandemic. It was very hurtful, okay? Now, speaking of my mother, ladies and gentlemen, but give it up for my haircut, though. Give it up for Uncle Albert.
Sure.
I love him. And I was the first one. He made sure I was the first one because he knew I wasn't having it with the social distancing. Okay, so speaking of my mother, I want to say this. We need to get that woman out of quarantine ASAP, as soon as fucking possible, because she keeps rearranging and purging all of the things in her house. In particular, anything that has my name, face on it, or that I've ever touched or looked at, and she keeps having it delivered to my house. And I have told her not to. I don't have unlimited storage, but she keeps doing this, okay? And now here's the problem, though. During the pandemic, my parents are part of my supply chain. I can only get a certain amount at the Aldi grocery store that I go to here. So I count on them for fucking things. So my Jew mother found a loophole in this whole thing, right? As Jews are wont to do, she found a loophole in the supply chain to keep delivering this shit she's purging. So, Exhibit A, gallery, okay? I asked for gluten-free pretzels. And sure as shit, I was brought those gluten-free pretzels. But of course, I was also brought this Star Wars Episode 1 Anakin Skywalker pod racing helmet.
Wow.
What the
I thought you were going to go gluten-free pretzels.
Yeah, what
they
do I
tend
need
to like
this
just
for?
change one letter of a word there.
What am I going to do
This is
with
something else entirely.
Yeah, but what am I going to do with this helmet, Candy? Run into a fucking wall with it? I don't need this thing, and I'm a nerd. I love this thing.
But can you see the wall that you're about to run into with those goggles?
Yeah, now I will tell you this. I have found a way to repurpose this helmet because now with my mask, I wear this to the grocery store. It makes social distancing very easy.
Very easy.
Everybody's freaked the fuck out. I just glide through the aisles. I look like Rick Moranis in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes, you do.
Where's the organic mixed green? Roads, where we're going, we don't need roads. I mean, what do I need this helmet for? Why is she bringing me this shit? Okay, now, thank you for joining us, Melissa Marsala, in the gallery.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Mimi. Now, Mimi, thank you for joining the show. I love you. That's our sister, Mimi. Now, Mimi, I'm talking about how during the pandemic, my mother needs to be taken out of quarantine because she keeps bringing anything that I have ever owned or touched to our fucking house. She keeps unloading this shit and purging it. And I've told her not to. She already brought me this crazy fucking helmet when I asked for gluten-free pretzels. Now, Exhibit B. I asked my parents who were going to Target to please bring me Cetaphil Gentle Wash. It's part of my beauty
I love that. I love it. I love it.
It's how I avoid the crow's feet, okay? I have very gorgeous, glowing, but delicate 41-year-old skin. And I try to look 27, okay? The Zoom camera adds 23 pounds. So my parents were very nice to bring me that Cetaphil. My beauty regimen was safe, but they also brought me this broken ass Donovan McNabb bobblehead.
God bless his heart.
Look at this narcoleptic looking motherfucker. It looks like he fell asleep in the middle of reading to his kids. And let me tell you something. He threw up in the Super Bowl in 2004, lost the
Let me tell you something. He just made more money in that segment than we ever have in our lives.
And this is true. He had 4 DUIs already, so this one is pretty accurate. He was fucking fired from ESPN for sexual harassment. He just groped me. I don't need this thing. Where am I going to display this, Mom? Haven't Eagles fans been through enough? Get out of here, you dizzy, broken bobblehead.
Iris, we love you, Iris.
We love you, Iris. Now, exhibit
She
3.
couldn't get her ticket to go through. She was trying to buy a ticket. She's very upset.
You know what? This
Then
is
you're
for the
late.
best. It's for share. So, now this is exhibit 3. This is exhibit 3, and this is the most egregious. I asked my parents while they're at Target to also try to bring me some extra toilet paper. There's 4 of us here. We go through a lot of ass wiping toilet paper, okay? And they did bring me the extra toilet paper, which I was very grateful for. But they also brought me this giant monstrosity bar mitzvah portrait of my 13-year-old mid-puberty, goofy-looking overbite self. What?
You ain't aged a day.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Hang it? Look at it. It's like an episode of Scooby-Doo.
Please do.
Yeah, look,
Please
the
do,
eyes
baby.
are following me around. It's like Hogwarts. What this thing is, you can see my overbite.
Baby, it's Hog Schwartz.
Yeah, Hog
Okay.
Schwartz. But look, you can see my overbite from space. The money they spent on this portrait, they could have gotten me braces earlier. God bless my orthodontist. What the fuck? And let me tell you something. The stereotype about Jewish mothers is that they're supposed to never part with anything their sons have ever touched or looked at. Not my mother. She's like, what? Russell's face is on it. Get that shit the fuck out of here. I'd rather you burn it, woman.
That's a stereotype?
Yeah, I'd rather she be like, Maddie,
bring
bring wood and oil. Burn this fucking thing. That's what I'm doing for the 4th of July. It's going to sound like South Philadelphia on a Wednesday out here. Get this fucking thing the fuck out of here. So give
Michaels, come get your frames.
Give it up for my quarantine bits of the week. Stop bringing shit here, Mom. So, now, do we have him in the room, Candy? I don't have.
Nope, nowhere to be seen. But we'll show his stuff, and then I'll tell you how much I'm mad at him right now.
Okay, well, listen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the 2nd segment of every week of the Russ Gutin Experience, where I share with you my favorite comedy albums of the week, and then I interview that comic, assuming they've arrived in the gallery. So, from his album, Draw 4, I would like to share my friend Casey Aurora's amazing material, and then he'll be joining us. So go ahead and enjoy.
I grew up in Queens. That's usually what it gets. I get it. Queens is where you end up when you fall asleep on the train, so it makes sense. Queens is a very diverse place, actually. It's one of the most diverse places in the world. You've got over 100 different cultures coming together to act slightly Italian. I was raised classic Italian Indian. If you're confused by that, don't worry, so was I. I was a Guido Indian growing up. A Guindian, if you may. I used to have the blowout hair, shades at night, deep dark V's. But I had a hairy chest, so it looked like a regular black tea. My girlfriend had a spray tan. She was Korean. It made no sense. Like, I took a Hummer limo to prom. That's the kind of douchebag I was. Now, a Hummer is a universally hated car. How do you make it worse? Stretch it right the fuck out. Me and my boys going, Hummer limo, we doing this. Right? So this Hummer limo shows up, sans hot tub. That means no hot tub. And, my buddy was pissed. He was like, bro, I was going to take a pre-prom soak. I'm like, it's a 10-minute drive. You're going to be all right. And the hot tub wasn't even in the middle. It was on the back like a pickup truck. It was all highway miles. We were going to sit there just sloshing around. We hit a bump, we fall out. You know? Axe body spray littered across the highway. Hair gel hitting cars. Like, this is not what my parents came to this country for, right? They came to this country because they heard that in America, the streets are paved. That's it. I think they're doing And they call New York City the Great Melting Pot, but that expression's from 1908. This shit's already melted. You can't start just reaching in and throwing out ingredients you don't like because you're a tad bit racist, you know? You're like, jalapenos, they're rapists and criminals. Black olives. What about the white olives? All olives matter. Oh, shut up. Like my buddy was born in Mexico, raised in Queens. He's assimilated. You can't send him back. Sure, he speaks Spanish with an Italian accent. You can send him back. ¿Cómo estás, huh? Mexicans be like, what the fuck did you do to our Mexicans? This guy's putting spaghetti sauce on tacos. We don't want them. What makes New York City so cool is you get to try different things, you know? Like I just had Ethiopian food, and man, that shit's terrible. I've had Fiji water. I've never had Fiji food. What the hell do Fijian people eat? I want to know, right? It's not 4 bottles of water on a shish kebab. What is it? I told my buddy that. He's like, bro, that's a good point. I've never had Polish food, but I've had Poland Spring. I'm like, that's not the same thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for my friend, Mr. KC Aurora.
Here.
He is not here.
No, but let's talk about him behind his back.
Oh. Hi, Selena.
Hi, Selena. You're going to learn a lot of stuff.
Well, what I will do is I will give a little plug for the album, and then we have an awesome guest for our next segment, who hopefully will be joining us in a minute.
We'll see, but I'm
this
here
hasn't
also.
happened before. Hey, you're getting all Russ tonight, but I love seeing my Aunt Mimi there. So I will tell you this, one of the things I really love about KC and his material and his album is that when audiences usually see KC, they're sort of expecting a certain kind of material and certain sort of tropes that maybe he's going to go with. But as you can see in that set, he's born and bred in Queens. So I just love how he just throws that thing on, turns that thing on his head and makes it about him and specific and his experience, and he really subverts those expectations. And so I've really enjoyed working with him. And the other thing that I really love about him is that he really doesn't take shit, you know, from the audience or from anybody, really. Oh, sorry, yes. So he doesn't take any stuff from people. And I've seen him really set a bunch of audiences straight when they're not giving us the right energy. But I've also seen him do that like in real life when somebody tries to get a spot where he's trying to park. So I just love that, you know, I love comedians when it's what you see.
I think you should pick up the phone and call him right now. While
I don't know if I have his number. I usually only message, you know, comedians usually message me through Instagram or Facebook. They don't know how limited I am in that.
I'll send you his number. Let's do it.
But the really cool thing I was going to ask him about tonight was I don't know if you guys remember that Bagel Boss viral video of that little guy who had that little racist, sexist rant that he did at a bagel shop. Anyway, he was a little goblin. And so usually those viral people sort of go away after 5 minutes, but this guy sort of spun it into like appearances and podcast spots, and there he was on the same podcast with KC, and KC just torched him, roasted him, just left nothing left. So it was scorched earth. I was going to ask him about that. And the other cool thing I was going to ask him about that I didn't get to ask him about, which is the other week, he was part of a whole group of people that did this really cool show, because stand-up comedy, obviously, right now is canceled. You can't be inside having people breathe at your face while you breatheth at them. So, yeah, so he did a show in a parking lot of a diner in Astoria, Queens, the Bel Air
Diner, yeah.
Yeah, where a lot of comics like late night would like get together and eat. So I feel like I saw in the interview that's how the owner kind of knew these guys. But all the audience was like in their cars or in a lawn chair outside of their cars, and the comics were on the back of a pickup truck with the speakers set up. So even though he wasn't here tonight, I was really excited to ask him about that experience, what it was like to perform live for the first time in a few months. CNN was there, so I wanted to know, how intrusive were they, or were they just flies on the wall? And really, I just wanted to know what it was like. How did the audience laugh? Did they just like flash their windshield wipers?
I can share some of the experience with you if he's not here.
Oh, please go ahead. Go ahead, Candy.
So I talked to Joe List, who
great Joe.
He did it, and Christine Berg had done it as well as Aaron Berg. It'd be weird if they didn't together. Honestly, they're married.
They're always together. Yeah.
But a lot of it was, God bless his heart. So there's video of Joe List giving his jokes, and everyone's honking the horn, so you can't even hear them. So this was the first show. So it's just him saying something and his horns honking, and then he was like, I have a Netflix special.
Yeah. Have you heard about it?
Right.
Oh my God.
But Bert Kreischer is also, I don't know if you've seen this, is doing the giant sort of parking lot experiences where it's
Michael Che.
Yeah, Michael Che's on it. Bert Kreischer is going on tour with it.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very interesting dynamic, because it's also one of those things, if it rains, it pours.
Oh no, that's wild. I just don't even know how you would do stand up outside. I've done it like on Venice
and also
Beach
having
nights.
the material. And also, you know what I mean? So it's like the things that worked in the before times, are a little bit different than they are now. So even Joe was saying in his experience, he was like, he's used to doing to 45 minutes to an hour. Now we're in a different world. And he was like, you get to 6 minutes and you're looking over at the host like, am I done yet? Because you just...
Yeah, no, it feels so, it must
feel,
I feel like it must feel like swimming, like when you're rehabbing a muscle or something. It's just, you and I were talking about it before the show, Candy. There's a brave new world of this reopening, and I want them to figure out the kinks, because to me, when you're hosting, at least like I do in Philly and Atlantic City, you're already sort of dealing with the crowd and trying to like train them and coach them up to be well behaved and set your colleagues up for
100%.
success.
Yeah.
How am I going to do that when you're in your car and honking at me, or in this new reopening phase? How am I going to get somebody to wear their mask, but at the same time, how am I going to know if they're smiling or not, or if they're just cursing my fucking Jew body to be, thrown into the river? Because I can't always make that out, and I don't wear my glasses on stage, so a lot of the times the way that I know somebody's enjoying me is like the blurry white smile of their teeth.
I feel like you're honestly going to be better off.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Being blind and maybe partially deaf, like, let's work it out.
And what I want to say to these people complaining about their masks, it's like, hey man, I know masks might seem uncomfortable for you, but I'm handsome. This is really uncomfortable for me. How do you think I get away with half the things I get away with? I'm charming.
You're charming and you're handsome, but
tell
the ugly people that they need to wear their masks.
Yeah, you don't
should be wearing a mask. You have an AD.
It's worse enough. It's worse enough I got to go grocery shopping like this. The other day, I went to the liquor store. I'm elbowing people out of the way to get my ass blown. These sons of bitches. Let me tell you something else. I'm on a first name basis.
Did Iris get that from the set of Time Bandits?
She knows. Well, it's from episode 1. I guess I bought this on some drunken, buying binge, when I was, 19 or 20.
It's movie quality, though, Russ.
It absolutely is.
Rocco's going to be crushing it.
It absolutely is, yes. Oh my God. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't mad about getting that helmet. The portrait, absolutely, totally going in the Cooper River. So we have no Usama and no KC.
No Usama and no KC. Wait, here he is. Ladies and gentlemen. I'll let you announce him.
Oh.
Is he signing on?
Is he signing on? Oh,
Yeah.
I see the U. U is for Usama. U is for Usama. U is for Usama. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there he is, half masking it. What's up, baby boy? Oh! Give it up for, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us right now is one of my favorite young comedians, future superstar, and this season on America's Got Talent, you can see him rocking the house. Every few weeks on the RUS Gutin Experience, we like to do a segment where I check in with my friends who are comics who have been quarantined with their parents during the pandemic. So joining us tonight from the city is Mr. Usama Sadiki, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, Russ?
What's up, baby boy?
Candy? How y'all doing?
We're good.
Everyone's looking fresh.
Where are you? You doing a show tonight in the city?
Yeah, so I'm about to go up. Before that, I gotta do a show for my Russ. So I had to do this is outside. I would never just do this outside, but it's necessities. Okay.
Hey, listen, it's a brave new world, Usama, and I'm so proud of you, and I thank you so much for joining us tonight on Say Hi to Your Mom for Me, where I check in with comics who had been quarantined with their parents. So like I messaged you earlier in the week, a la the Actor Studio or James Lipton, we have a preset questionnaire for comics in this situation. Sure. And I sent you the questions. Are you ready to play Say Hi to Your Mom for Me, Usama?
Let's do it. Let's party.
Oh my God, you handsome, gorgeous son of a bitch. You fucking legend. All right. First, number one, where, how, and with whom were you quarantined?
Well, Russ, it was with my mom in Dallas, Mommy Nargis in Dallas, Texas.
Oh my goodness.
Day one was great, and day two I was like, I'm gonna take my chances with the COVID. Okay? If my mom tells me to clean my room one more time, I'm gonna lick a Subway bowl. I swear to God. I'm gonna find the first guy who's coughing and then make out with him. I swear to God.
Wonderful. You are a gem. All right. Number two, Usama.
Yes.
Once comedy was shut down, and as a comic quarantined with their mom, how many alternate careers were suggested to you during this time?
I feel like this is only for a brown comedian, this question, right?
I asked a white one, too.
Candy, tell me this ain't for some only brown people, Candy. Tell me this ain't some specific demographic.
Listen, this is coming from our Jewish host, and his mom isn't here to tell us.
That's right. Yeah, we're parallel, baby. Jew-brown parallels.
Yeah.
Dude, listen. Jewish moms are Indian moms with more potatoes. That's all I realized. That it's the same.
Carbs, baby, starch.
That's all. It's just more bread. That's all y'all do. Same people. My mom said she went back to the med school thing. So I wasn't gonna go to med school 8 years ago. I said no to it. Came to New York. So when the COVID came up, my mom was like, "Oh, this is round two. Let's fucking
this is it.
Let's bring that back."
Supply and demand, Usama.
So I remember I woke up, looked to my left, there was just like a med school application to my right on the bed. I swear to God. My mom was like, if you want to, just saying it's time,
I had an application to Staples. So
Brilliant. Yeah, Ben DeMarco's mom told him he needs to become a FedEx driver. All right.
White moms are the best moms because they have low dreams.
Yeah. They set the bar low.
Listen,
you gotta be Dr. Sanjay Gupta. You know what I mean? Okay.
I also don't want to pay for the degree.
All white kids got to do is not be Dylan Roof, and they're just stars.
Yeah, that's it.
Great, huh?
That's it. All right, you are the best. Number three, Usama, during quarantine, is there any food that your mommy makes you when you're feeling sadsy-wadsy?
Here's the thing. Okay, we got to undo this question. My mom, she doesn't feed me food because I'm sad. She makes me sad and then feels guilty. You see what I'm saying? It's like a chicken or egg. The question is wrong. You're gonna have to ask the right questions. So the question is, what does she do to you that makes you have good?
Right. Why are you eating your feelings? You, Mom. You.
When I saw Marvelous Miss Maisel, I'm like, this is an Indian documentary. Mothers, that mom fussing over every. I had no idea. I had no idea Jewish people were so exactly us. No idea.
Well, where I grew up in Cherry Hill, Asians, Indians, Jews. I mean, they were all the same expectations. And then all of them, except me, because my dad worked at Radio Shack. He was the only non-Jew cardiologist. So all my friends, they were getting like Range Rovers for their birthday. And I was like, here's a used 86 Volkswagen Golf, you son of a bitch. All right.
Radio Shack has the best adapters, though.
Hey, you got questions? My dad's got answers. Connect.
Dude, Radio Shack with 9 different adapters for different types of. Oh my God, all day.
Yep.
My storage area is actually a working Radio Shack right now. A guy named Owen lives in there.
You could go to Radio Shack right now and buy a Walkman. That's how insane they are.
And it's better than anything you got on your person.
All right, here we go, Usama. Here we go. Number 4. We have 2 questions left. Number 4. On a scale from 1 to 10, how strange is it to have relations with yourself or somebody in your childhood bedroom?
Yikes, I think that answered it for you.
Sure. What's creepier? Masturbating on your race car bed or fucking a girl on your race car bed? You're right.
Oh, Lord.
For me, I'll be honest, the quarantine, just my porn choices became wild. Like really wild. Like day 1, the search bar was very wholesome. It was like,
Over the years.
Right?
It was like, soccer mom.
Yes. It was like missionary to make baby, you know? And now it's like tentacle and coyote stuff. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah,
it's a kid's show.
Dinosaur stuff is a real thing. And
mascots. All right, last question, Usama, and here's where the rubber meets the road. Here we go.
Here we go.
During quarantine, what, if any, dark family secrets or incidents were revealed to you during this time?
Oh, okay. So not revealed, but I found my dad's wallet. He was kind of sleeping, and I found his wallet. A lot of wet ones, if you know what I mean. So I think my dad might be going to some like secret COVID strip club and getting lap dance or Fight Club.
Maybe
a lot of. And I smelled the dollars.
Why? You just got COVID. You just gave yourself all the dollars.
Money was already the dirtiest element on the earth.
Usama, honey, now you have full-blown AIDS.
I have full-blown. So listen, everyone just book me more before I die. Please.
Yeah, let's get that special. Let's get that on wax before you bite it.
On wax.
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say one more time, Usama, I have watched you grow from late night comic to killing it with your podcast, Mango Bay, and on America's Got Talent. You know that I love you. You make me look like I'm on a Xanax. You have the best stage energy I've ever seen. I love you so much. And your beatboxing. Give it up for Usama.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great
much love,
y'all. Be safe.
Bye, girl. Thank you so much. Have a good day, guys. Y'all were great. Love y'all.
See ya. Good job.
Woohoo!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming down to the final stretch of the show. And sure, I'm going to assume one of our guests was in a horrible social distancing accident at the grocery store.
That was really generous of you.
Yes, and pandemonium. Oh, Candy's got that tea to spill.
Oh, I've got so much tea.
I just don't want to spill it on all the equipment, but there's so much tea.
So much.
So this is the part of the show that I really liked. And when we come back on July 10th, we're going to start having little themes for these at the beginning of the show. But for the first few episodes, we're doing a straight up ARA or APA, Ask Russ Anything, Ask Papa Anything, where I open up the gallery to ask Russ anything, and you got to put me on my toes, and I got to be fast on my feet. Do I have to answer honestly? No, but I do have to answer. All right, we open it up to the gallery for Ask Russ Anything. Who's first?
Looks like Patty's got something to ask.
Oh, go ahead, Patty. I'm not scared.
Like I told you, I know way too much already. I can't think of anything I would want to know from you.
Well, okay. Let me ask you this. What is something Patty knows that you wish that she didn't?
Oh. Well, I will say.
Andy, are you trying to kill me? Candy, do you know? Does Candy know who I am?
Your mother-in-law, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I don't want to know what I don't know that Patty knows that I don't know.
That's what I was about to say.
Okay.
Right.
She must know enough to know that Dara is a satisfied customer.
Oh,
and
my
has given
God! My eyes!
Hey, I got a 5-star review.
Oh my God!
All the equipment works. You know, I've refurbished, but it all works. And
Rocco.
I will say
Dara, is that true?
Yes. I didn't marry him for his money.
I didn't even have a bank account until 6 months after we were married. So, I will say this though, not Patty, but one time, Dara's sister had to stay over my parents' house while me and Dara stayed over, and my younger brother.
No.
And
wait, is this before you were married?
it was right around the time. Like, I don't know if it was engaged
It was
or married,
before
but...
we were married, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, Kathy, Dara's sister, is sitting on the couch upstairs, and my mother, so delicate. What a delicate flower. She wakes us up by going,
Iris, if you will.
Russell, Jonathan, I made breakfast. And we like think
Is that what she sounds like? Because that's not
when
what
she
I heard.
yells for us. And so we think, we think the goddamn, we think the house is on fire again, like when we were little kids, because that happened when we were little kids. So we run upstairs, but unfortunately, we had just woken up, and my mother's like, my God,
look away.
My God, put those things away. Somebody's gonna lose an eye. And Dara's sister goes.
No, her exact words were, "Oh my God, you animals, get your penises out of my kitchen."
Oh my God!
But I feel like that.
But were there bagels on them?
That's we were playing ring toss. So.
I'm so horrified for everyone.
I feel like that information got to the right channels, Kathy to Patty. Everybody was like, well, you know what? He's not the best choice.
Way too much.
He's a solid choice. All right, let's ask Russ anything.
I heard Rocco Gutin was gonna be on the show.
And you are, Rocco. Are you dabbing? I love it.
Don't be silly.
Rocco.
Do you want to be on TV and the radio and on stage like your dad, Rocco?
I just wanted to do YouTube.
Oh, don't do silly voice.
Don't do the silly voice.
I just want to do YouTube.
What do you want to do on YouTube?
Play video games.
Play video games? What's your favorite video game?
An old video game. An old Hulk video game.
Hulk? Like Hulk Hogan?
No.
Or the Incredible
Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk.
Wow, okay.
Yes. Well, he's referring
to a car, a helicopter.
Candy, and what's the name of your YouTube channel now that you're advertising?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Rocco's Room.
Rocco's Room. That's right.
ROCCOS.
That's right. Rocco's Room.
The apostrophe
and he plays on the bouncy house. He builds Legos.
Wow.
He gets thrown by me into the bouncy house. And then
you have an actual bouncy house?
We have a
little bouncy castle.
Little bouncy
what the heck?
castle.
I don't even have a second bedroom, and you have a bouncy house? What
New Jersey, Candy.
Well, they have a little WT above ground pool.
I have to say, I like this Candy Russ thing. I think this is very.
She should be
I really do. I feel like this is very Howard Robin. I'm into
it.
I've always wanted to be a Robin, Dara.
Well, Dara's favorite podcast is Armchair Expert with Jack Shepard. And what's the name of his producer?
Monica.
Monica. And she really. she's the best part of the show. I just love her and his relationship. And hopefully, like Candy and I were talking about, we could build this thing, and then I could read commercials with Candy at the gallery.
Right.
So
right.
we gotta
and
get
in your
those sponsors.
bouncy house.
And we gotta get the guests. We gotta get the guests to show up. I'm gonna assume because he really was on the email chain.
Listen, sweetheart, we can get into it, but I'm gonna take pause because
we're
in a pandemic.
Yeah, no, Michael, Trump just hired a judge to get your case thrown out.
But he's not paying him.
Hi, Philomena.
Hi, Philomena.
Oh, wow.
What's his name? You know, Candy, that is like our sister from another mister. That is Melissa Masarla Ferraro, or AKA Boom Boom Lafayette. We have,
well, now it's Boom Boom Lafayette
that's
forever.
right. We have a gang called the Rogue. We have a gang called the Rogue Unicorns. Melissa is one of the greatest, sweetest people, and one of the greatest, strongest actresses I have ever met. Fun fact on The Sopranos: she is Jackie April's. She is Jackie April's, Jackie Jr.'s older sister, who gets in an argument with Meadow at Jackie Jr.'s funeral.
I've seen every episode.
Melissa is the April, who said, "What do you think? You know he was shot by some."
Lafayette, I know you.
That's right. And on 6 Feet Under, she was the little Latino guy, the girl that he cheated with.
Vanessa's sister, the sister-in-law.
She was Vanessa's sister-in-law, the actress who lived at the house. And there was the baseball bat. Came after.
Oh my God.
There's my girl. That's my baby girl. And Melissa, you have held me while I've cried, and you've been at all my shows. You were at my birthday parties at the Comedy Store, and I just love you. And the last thing.
Oh, where are you, Melissa? Are you in Philly?
I'm in Long Island in New York.
All right, you're East Coasting it with the rest of us.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, we all moved back, but we were all in LA at the same time.
Wild.
So we used to have Sunday dinners together, and we were all our little group of the PJ and Kelly aren't here, and Kimmy, and also Katie. But
what was your favorite thing at Sunday dinner?
Oh, well, Dara and Melissa, they did most of the cooking with Kelly, so they were.
Melissa used to make a shrimp dish with a lot of lemon, and I forget whether it was quinoa or something else. I think it was quinoa that was like the best.
That you did with the best. Shrimp, Melissa. Do you remember what you did with the shrimp at Sunday dinner with the lemon?
I don't know. I just ate a bag of croutons, so you could put shrimp in a toilet, and it sounds delicious, quite honestly.
Yeah, well, it was the best because we all had each other. So after a week of auditioning or whatever we were doing.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Went to each other.
Family.
And the last social thing we did before this thing happened, 2 weeks before this happened, Dara, Mimi, her wonderful husband Frankie, PJ, and Melissa, we went to see our friend PJ in Rock of Ages. He was Stacy, the rock star bad guy, and then we all had dinner together. It was like our favorite.
So the replacement for Constantine Maroulis or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Do you know that I matched with him on 2 different dating platforms?
Oh my God! When I worked at American Idol, and he was a finalist, and we were at the finals.
You just casually throw in that you worked at American Idol?
No, I was his security, so I had to fight these soccer moms.
Oh, wait. You were the security?
wait.
That's right. I guarded the judges and the host and the contestants, and we would transfer them.
That's a lot of work, hon.
We would transfer them from the limos to the hotels to the set. And we would sequester them so that people so they couldn't sneak people up to their rooms or whatever. So with Constantine, the problem is that the girls showed up with their moms, and the girls and the moms clawing at him. So me and we had to fight these bitches off, and he loved every minute of it.
So you're just fighting moms.
Oh yeah, dude.
For American Idol.
Well, he was what they call a fly guy. the big guys would throw him at the
Yeah.
That is
They were
hilarious.
just, I was like the shield. I was like their riot shield. And I would just, you know.
Amazing.
But it was cool because.
Oh my God, you're a Care Bear.
That's right. I'm the lion. I'm the Care-a-lot. So, ladies and gentlemen, what a great episode of the Russ Gutin Experience. We're off next week for the holiday, but join us on Friday, July 10th, where I feature my friend Mark Gerber and his awesome material from his album Avid Indoorsman, and another surprise guest to go along with that. Please,
if it's not, it's me.
Yeah, and then or Candy. Thank Candy behind the scenes. Our lovely producer and co-host. And give it up for yourselves for joining us in the pandemic. Thank you for joining us for episode 3 of Philly Comedy Club Presents the Russ Gutin Experience. We'll see you next time. Wear a mask, stay safe, and good night.
Good night, everybody.
Yay.